Hello and welcome to another studio vlog. In this one, I am creating some new greeting cards and I'm trying to make notebooks for the very first time. I hope you enjoy watching. So the first thing I'm doing is printing my new greeting cards featuring my cats and plants designs. And because I can now print borderless, I can print 2 cards on one letter-sized paper that have an actual colored background. You might have noticed that all my so-called small greeting cards I have in the shop so far all have a white background, so no background. And that is because I wasn't able to print borderless until recently. And what I mean with that is just with the right color setting so the color would come out correctly. And I might go back and see if I can add all of my 5x7 size greeting cards into these smaller ones. Maybe not all of them, but some that I think make sense to be a bit smaller. I'm honestly a bit obsessed with them. They look so cute. And another thing I really like about them, apart from them being much faster to make, obviously, is they don't produce any waste at all. So for my 5x7 cards, I always have to cut paper off on all 4 sides. So these small ones are just overall better in my opinion, and they are pretty much the size of an A6, which is sort of a normal greeting card size, mainly I think more in Europe, but anyway, over here I'm trying to see if the smaller ones sell better than the 5x7 ones, the ones I've been selling so far.
We could be going out every night under the lights and trying out brand new drinks with brand new faces, but I'm tired of staying up late. I can't overstate the beauty of settling down with the one you love. Sometimes all I wanna do is be at home next to you. What do you say if we stay? We could be doing nothing. We could just sit here in the silence saying nothing. You could just hold my hand, cause I've never been more comfortable than in your arms, vulnerable or nothing. We could just sit here in the silence saying nothing. You could just hold my hand while we'd be doing nothing. Thought I'd scare you off by being a homebody, hanging with nobody, but the joke's on me, cause you love solitude more than me. Now I gaze in your eyes every night underneath kitchen lights. It's all the mundane things we do together that give me wings. Sometimes all I wanna do is be at home next to you. What do you say if we stay? We could be doing nothing. We could just sit here in the silence saying nothing. You could just hold my hand, cause I've never been more comfortable than in your arms, vulnerable or nothing. We could just sit here in the silence saying nothing. You could just hold my hand while we'd be doing nothing. Na 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 na.
Alright, here are all the new cards. I'm so happy with how they turned out. And these are the 2 envelopes that can be picked. And it's in here perfectly. Alright, so let's show all of them a little close up. Okay, so the first one is this Calico Cat, and it says, "I think you're perfect" on top. The inside is blank as always, and then the back just has my info on it. And they are 425 by 5.5, I think. I'll put it on screen if that's incorrect, but I believe that's what it is. Then I have this one, which is a tuxedo cat on a pink background, and this says, "I love you, meow and forever." And same idea, blank on the inside, and that's on the back. And then this one, these ones are very similar in color. I don't know how well you can see the difference It is very faint in real life as well, but this one is more like a very light pink, and this is more... Sorry, traffic noise. And this is more a very light red. So they are similar, but a little bit different. And this one is a white cat, and it says forever and always. Then the next one is this black cat on a purple background that says, so proud of you. And last but not least is this gray tabby on the orange background that says, I love you almost as much as I love cats. So yeah, they're like different. And I really wanted that to be obviously cat themed because they all have cats on it, but I wanted them to have different sayings. So this one, I love you, meow, and forever, and the forever and always, or can be cards for anniversaries, like wedding anniversary, but also just for your significant other. This one, I think you're perfect, can be also obviously used in that sense, but it can also be for a friend and anything like that. The I'm proud of you is obvious, can be given to anyone you're proud of. And then the I love you almost as much as I love cats. I really like this one. Again, can be for a significant other, but it could also be for like a family member or something, just someone that has a bit of humor. But yeah, I'm very proud of them and happy with how they turned out. And yeah, I think I'm gonna be making greeting cards like this from going forward for a while. Normally I have the regular size, it is 5x7, but they don't sell that well, and I'm wondering if it is because it is too big, like for people if they prefer to have like a smaller card. So yeah, the original one is always used to always be 5x7, but I think going forward I will make them this size first, and then depending if they sell or not, I might consider doing the 5x7. But I am trying to a certain point streamline my shop, and having two different sizes of greeting cards just doesn't necessarily make the most sense in my opinion. So yeah, and being able to figure out how I can like print borderless now, I'm really gonna take advantage of that and make us, you know, just yeah, take advantage of it. And this is one very good way to do it, and I really like how tiny and cute they look. They're not that much smaller. Like this is the size of a 5x7. Okay, it is quite a bit smaller. I haven't made big ones in a while, so I wasn't aware. So yeah, it is quite a bit smaller. Because again, yeah, it's 425 by 5x5, I think. So yeah. But yeah, my hope is that them being smaller is better for people. Out with the old, in with the new. Let's have a little relaxing cat break. Simba is obsessed with eating plants, and to try and get him not to eat any of my other plants. They are all cat safe plants, so don't worry, but I still don't want him to eat them. And he nibbles on my string of pearls, he nibbles on my string of hearts. It's just, no. So in order for him to stop from nibbling on those plants, I plant and grow grass from popcorn seeds, and they grow super fast, and he loves to eat it, as you can see here. I have two planters going at the same time, and while he eats one, I grow the other one. And as soon as the planter that I'm growing is ready to be eaten, I switched him out. And that's what I did here. Don't stand in it. You don't, Simba. No, don't stand in it. Don't stand in it. Thank you. We could just sit here on the side saying nothing. You could just hold my hand while we be doing na 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 na. Say something that I understand. Forever next to you. Now let's move to making notebooks. I've never made notebooks before, so bear with me as I'm figuring out things as I go. The first thing I did was print out the cover pages. Now I printed them during a summer storm, so I didn't film it because the lighting was terrible, and my phone really does not film very well at all in a low lighting situation. But you can see me print the inside lined pages for the notebooks here. According to the internet, lined notebooks are the most common and popular notebooks, so I figured I can start with that. I would love to be able to offer different page types sometime down the road. Next, you can see me cutting all the cover pages. I used my scoring board to fold the cover page in half, and then I folded 20 inside pages in half as well. I learned that using this stapler isn't as easy as I thought it would be. I'm gonna do some research to see if there's specific tips out there on how to best use it. The stapling in general was super easy, but I wasn't that easy to align, and you can see in the end that it's not aligned perfectly. So that's definitely something I want to improve on. Then I used my big guillotine cutter to cut all the extra paper away. Because I just recently cut up all the notepads, I feel pretty confident using this machine now, but it is the first time cutting something that isn't the same height on all sides, and I do think that I can make the step simpler if I press the notebooks down better so they lay more flat. So that's something I'll experiment with. But this is what it looks like for now. Okay, so I finished one. And I think I need to reconsider some steps before I finish the rest of them. I have these sleeves printed, and I would like to eventually make all of these available as well, and then maybe even more after that. But yeah, this is the one I finished so far, and a few things that I don't love. One is printing all the pages. It's very time consuming because it's obviously double-sided. I want to see if I can find some landscaped pre-printed pages. So that's one thing. The other thing is the staple machine, whatever you call this, stapler that I use, left some mark here, which I'm not loving. I want to see if I can maybe go in there and clean. I don't know why it would be dirty inside, but I'm gonna see if that's something I can get rid of, because if it makes these marks every time, that's not going to be great. I can potentially like just rip out one page, but that's just not, I don't know, that doesn't seem very efficient. Also up here with cutting, there is a bit of fraying happening, and I'm not entirely sure why that happened. Yeah, down here as well. You can see it's just not that great. I want to see if I can cut that off, if I cut off a bit more, and see if that helps. One thing I also definitely need to do is flatten it because this is how it is right now. So one thing that I'm thinking I want to do is press them before I cut all the extra paper off. I feel like that might help with the fraying, so I'm going to test that. I really like the cover material. It's not glossy, it's not matte, it's like a very nice feel to it. I feel like for a notebook, that's a good thing. I also like the size of it, so it's 20 pages printed and double-sided, so you would have like 40 pages to write on. And yeah, I really like how all of that turned out. But yeah, there's a few things that I need to consider and think of. I also like how it's fairly centered here, so I think I did that well. But yeah, again, just a few things here and there that I want to figure out. But the first one for sure is flattening it before cutting it. I feel like that would help. So I'm gonna test that out, and yeah, just do research to see if I can find paper that is already pre-printed that I can buy. Like the paper that I use is the premium paper from like Ecotang Specific. It's 90 GSM, so it's a bit thicker, I think, than like normal. It's really good paper. It's supposed to be, it's meant for two-sided use. So yeah, it's also the paper I use for my notepans, and I really like that. Yeah, and I don't think I would want to have more in here. I think 20 pages is a good amount. But yeah, I'll keep you posted. I'll go back to the drawing board and figure out how I can make these a bit more efficient. The other thing also is, again, I printed these covers before I figured out how to do borderless printing. Going forward, what I would like to do is print them borderless, so I don't need to cut around it. It would potentially also make this step a non-issue if I don't actually need to cut anything, except probably this edge here. But this one doesn't have a problem, really. So I am assuming it's because of the bulk over here. So I want to see if maybe that's gonna do the trick, and then maybe I'll just cut these and then sell them as prints instead, or like add them as freebie to orders, and use the borderless ones instead. But again, I'll keep you posted once I figured all of that out. Thank you so much for watching until the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.